Hello, my lovelies. Good morning. Welcome to Mio Arts. Welcome to my little world. I'm your host, Michelle Elizabeth. And real quick, I'm gonna show you a quick move how to strengthen your aura. It's a gong move to raise your vibration, strengthen your aura, and So basically, let's see. You start out with doing the fountain, like you inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down, and you're kind of like bending your knees a little bit. It's hard to do this and show you at the same time. Okay, hold on. No, that's too far. Okay. This balances the water element in your body. It should be much more fluid, but okay. So then the real strengthening is you start doing that one arm at a time. 1, 2, 3. And you can do it as many times as you want. And as you're doing that, you're going to be shifting your weight from leg to leg. Let me see if I can show you. Actually, here is a clip of the video I've been using every day to learn Qigong. It's about an 18-minute video. I'll post the link to it here. So yeah, you do this for the aura strengthening. You're making figure eights with your arms and with your hips and shifting the weight back and forth. And the more figure eights that you do, the more your aura gets strengthened. Ooh. And then eventually you gather that chi and you place it into your lower dantian. You place it into your reservoir of power. And then zip it up and lock it. Zip it up and lock it. Zip it up and lock it. Hey everybody. Okay, so I'm actually trying to multitask. I'm getting ready for work and making this video, so please forgive me if you see me doing crazy things. Anyway, I wanted to give you a quick little tip about learning to love yourself and getting to know yourself and why you do the things you do, and then learning to love yourself. I learned it from, basically from behavioral therapy. I have a degree in applied behavioral therapy, or applied behavior analysis. Anyways, it's the ABCs of behavior. So every behavior has an A and a ABC. Okay, so there's the antecedent, which is the thing that happens before the behavior. It's like the stimulus or the thing that prompts the behavior. Then there is the B, which is the actual behavior. And then there is the C, which is the consequence. So, basically every single behavior has something that's prompted it, and then there's the consequence of it. So for example, let me see. Oh, okay. Let's see. Okay, so if I'm hungry, I have a thought pop into my head that says, "Ooh, I'm hungry." And then I go to the kitchen and get some food. I go to the kitchen and open the refrigerator. And then I get the food out and everything and I eat. So the behavior would be eating. The antecedent is the thought of, "Oh, I'm hungry." And the consequence is I ate and I got full. I satiated that hunger. So there's always something that stimulates the behavior, something or like causes it, the antecedent, then the behavior itself, and then the consequence of it. Why is this important to know for learning to get to know yourself and learning to love yourself? Well, it's important because it helps you discern what you're actually doing, why you do the things you do. I don't know about you, but I've had tons of times where I'm like, "Oh, why did I do that? That was so stupid. Like, that made no sense. I shouldn't have done that." Or I'll have these thoughts of, why am I always in the same circumstances over and over again? Why do I keep getting involved or why do I keep dating the same kind of people? Why do I keep having the same situations with friends? Why does everybody abandon me? Like, stuff like that. And discovering for yourself what the antecedent and the behavior and the consequence is really, really helps in getting to know yourself, getting to know why you do the things you do, and helping you in cutting out those behaviors or those things that you don't want in your life. If you have a certain consequence, certain things that happen to you in your life, and you're like, I don't want this in my life. Well, now that you have the tools of analyzing the antecedent, the behavior, and the consequence, now you can actually effectively change your life for the better. You can start cutting out every time that antecedent happens, every time that stimulus or that prompt happens, you can choose to change your behavior, and that's going to change, in effects, that's going to change the consequence. So you can change your life really easily like that. And that way you learn to love the things that you really do like in your life. If you're like, oh, well, I do this because of this, and that's just, that's who I am and I like it, then you can keep that in your life, and it builds your self-esteem because you're like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, that is me. It's totally cool. That's valid. So you might be thinking, well, duh, that sounds easy. Like, everything has a cause and effect. Hello. It's a very, very simple thought process. However, it's very hard to put into practice because you have to be super duper honest with yourself. You have to look yourself in the mirror and be willing to point out your own flaws, not dwell on them, not be like, ooh, I suck, I hate myself, but be honest with yourself. Point out, you know what, for me, like I used to drink way too much, and to stop, I had to analyze why I was doing these things, what I was getting out of it. And I realized it was a lot of things, but one of the biggest ones was anxiety. I had so much anxiety and so much trauma that I would drink to take the edge off, to get rid of, as a coping mechanism. And then so instead of doing that coping mechanism, I researched other coping mechanisms and put them into place, made sure to do them on a regular basis. And, all of that takes time. But if you're if you're applying this theory, the ABCs of behavior, if you're doing that to the people around you, just know from experience, they're going to hate it. When I first learned this, it was hard for me to look at myself and do it. So I looked at the people around me. I'm like, oh, okay, so you wanted, attention, or you wanted some intimacy, so you went to this person you slept with this person that that doesn't care about you, and is not going to fulfill you. But the antecedent was you were feeling lonely and insecure and abandoned, and you wanted to feel close to someone. And then, so yeah, you slept with someone who does not value you or respect you. And then the consequence, you felt like shit afterwards. That person still didn't love you, still didn't respect you, still didn't want a relationship with you, and you're back at square one. I was pointing that out to other people and then not realizing, oh crap, I'm doing the same damn thing. So, you gotta, and that's when setting boundaries gets a little bit easier. Because when I realized that even though I loved this person and I enjoy having sex with them, and I think they love me, I'm pretty damn sure they love me even though they won't say it, I realized every time that I sleep with them, that behavior, afterwards I end up feeling the consequence of, oh, just another dude who is using me, and I know he's not using me, but that consequence, that thought kept popping up, and I'm like, I have to be the one to stop this. He obviously hasn't changed. We've been doing this cycle for 3 years. Nothing's changed. So I have to be the one to change it. And when I finally set a boundary of, I'm not going to keep sleeping with someone who does not want a committed relationship with me, no matter how bad I want it, no matter how lonely I get, no matter how bad I want that intimacy, no matter how amazing that connection is with him, then I feel better about myself. And it's such a freeing feeling. It's such a freeing feeling. You get confidence from it. So like, you know, little things like that, you keep doing those little things over and over again and putting it into practice for yourself. Stop pointing at everybody around you and do it for yourself. And your life is going to start getting better and better, and you'll be fulfilled. You'll be more in touch with your higher self, the true you that God meant you to be. Anyway, I gotta get to work. So I love you guys. I will see you later. Mwah. Namaste.